Hello friends, I am going to try something new today, a video series of very short videos highlighting just one quality of life change that would fundamentally make gameplay easier, less stressful, and more enjoyable to players without fundamentally altering the gameplay of the game at all. And today, the first one I want to talk about is naming datacrons. Right after the intro, I'm going to show you exactly what that is, exactly why we need it as players, and exactly how CG can implement it within the game so that we can start enjoying it in GAC. Now, datacrons are a big part of the meta in Kyber. Anybody in Kyber 1 through Kyber 5 is going to have a ton of these. You may not see them as much in Erodium or below, but you're definitely going to interact with them at some point. And one of the big problems with datacrons is that there really is no good way right now for them to show you what team you are going to use a datacron with during GAC or Territory Wars. Now, obviously, I can look at this Gungan cron right here, and I can say, hey, this is a Jar Jar cron. I obviously want to use Jar Jar cron with my Gungans, but the reality is that in this meta, for this datacron set, it's actually the attacker cron, where attackers get 400% offense for their defense, that is more advantageous to a Gungan. So when I look at my crons right here in my inventory, it's actually this Talia cron right here, and it's this affix right here that I want to make sure that I have for my character. In some cases, yes, this Cobb cron is for Cobb. Yes, this new batch cron is for my new batch. But no, this Nessa cron is actually my Lord Vader cron. And that might not be a problem when you only have one Princess Nessa cron, but when you end up with 3 of the same thing, 2 of the same thing, in some cases 5 or 6 of the same level 9, it can be really hard for a player to tell which datacron goes to which character. Now, what I would like to see CG do is allow us at this screen to change the names of all of my datacrons so that I have a quick look and I can very, very quickly see which team I would normally place this datacron with. One quick note that I want to point out is that while doing this and changing the names of the datacron, it's over here, doing this and changing the names of the datacron would also change the name of the datacron here on this screen. It would not, however, change the name of the datacrons for your opponent. Now, I can't show my opponent right here. Let's see, can I do it in ranks? Go to their account, characters. When I go to my opponent's account, I will still just see their levels. And the reason for that is when it comes to GAC, you will not be able to see what to expect directly within the game. You'll have to wait until their defense is actually set. So that's just one safeguard in mind. But how would CG actually do this? It's actually quite simple. So we're going to pull up my folder right here, and we're going to take a look at a quick mock-up that I did where there is a short number of characters under each of the datacrons where I can input a name. You'll see that I've shifted over the actual headings for old times, necessary means, and supremacy directive, placing the same squad edit name tab that we see in the squad tabs. And by clicking on that tab itself, you would be able to go in and interact with the names of each of these datacrons. Now, obviously, there is limited space. We would not have enough time, or we would not have enough characters to type in, this is Lord Vader for GAC. Players will need to get creative. You can see here, Quad May instead of Queen and the Boys. LV, Lord Vader just needs 2 characters. C Bane, I don't need a dash there to type in C Bane and know exactly what I mean. Gun off is my Gungan offense cron. Gun def is my Gungan defense cron. Very, very, very simple. And looking at Grievous, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 characters there. We could probably fit up to 10, but just in case, because things like that eye are very, very small, somewhere in the 8 to 10 character range would allow for players who want to be able to assign these datacrons to the characters that they feel will be most beneficial, which will allow them when they're in GAC, whether it's on defense or whether it's on offense, and the same thing with territory wars, to work their crons, build their crons, and then place them correctly without having to keep actual spreadsheets. For some of the players that I work with, I have giant spreadsheets that are assigned with each team, with each datacron, and I have to go in and I have to look through them and they look through them. And our spreadsheets are actually pretty rudimentary to some of the spreadsheets that I see other players assigning to themselves in higher end GAC. This would be a very quick change. This would be a very easy change, and it would be a fundamentally awesome change to any players who are PvP players. I hope that you found this helpful. I really want to commit to this series as being something that we do maybe, hopefully weekly. Please let me know what you think, and if you have ideas, drop them in the comments. I would love to hear them. I've got a dozen already going in my head. Peace out, and have a great rest of your day.